So in this video we're going to talk about Intel and their recent woes, and like I like to start out typically on the monthly chart, and big levels 57.50, roughly $44, and you can see this $40 level. You'll see this a little better on the weekly chart, and then $25, and then $30. Alright, so what you can see is that price was respecting this monthly uptrend line until this month. Zooming in on the weekly chart, what you can see is we had a candle close below the uptrend line back in the beginning of April. And typically when you breach and close below a trend line, at times you retest before moving in that direction, but that didn't occur as people wanted out of the stock. As you can see, by 1, 2, 3, 4 down weeks. Now what's important to note is that when you had a candle close below this support resistance band, that was definitely telling you that more downside risk was inevitable versus price moving higher or pulling back. Now going to the daily chart, this was that candle close that we saw on the weekly chart, and the only thing stopping price from moving lower was this 200-day moving average, and again this support resistance band that we saw on the weekly chart at $40. But the sell-off continued as it continued to respect this blue moving average, which is a 13 simple daily moving average. And typically when you go into an earnings announcement, you might get a pullback before the inevitable drop in price. And so this was pretty classic, right? This is kind of like a buy the rumor, sell the news. And this was on earnings. Now I am going to pull back out to the weekly chart. That $30 level served as resistance back in September of 2022 through April of 2023. And so although prices have moved higher from the lows, that's just profit taking. I anticipate price moving lower, at least to the $30 level, because that's where the liquidity is at. And this was that $25 level we saw on the monthly chart. You can see how price bottomed in the form of a double bottom. So again, this gap was due to earnings, and so we're going to look at this article really quickly, see what all the fuss was about. So shares fell 11% in the morning session after the company reported first quarter results, with revenue and EPS falling below Wall Street expectations, specifically revenue in the all other segment, which includes Altera and Mobileye, fell below expectations due to inventory headwinds. So management expects Q1 to be the bottom as headwinds fade and guided for sequential revenue growth to improve heading into 2025. The rebound is expected to be driven by enterprise refresh cycle and growing momentum for AI PCs, data center recovery with a return to more normal CPU buying patterns, and ramping of accelerator offerings, and cyclical recoveries in NEX, Mobileye, and Altera. Overall, this was a mediocre quarter for Intel, with the markets likely not convinced by the rebound narrative. And based on that, again, I anticipate price dropping at least another $1. Wall Street loves round hole psychological numbers, and so this is the $30 level. But can price go lower? Most certainly, as it's just been an overall very ugly month for Intel. Thanks for watching. Subscribe. Please like the video.